Take two. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Sports Your Enthusiasm podcast. I am your humble host, Bryce Benjamin. This is your weekly podcast about all your favorite sports topics and events, along with my co-host, Edward Jesse. What's good, dude?
Hey, what do?
Shit, not much. Fucked up the first time.
I was going to say, this take two.
Take two. You already know. But it's all good, though, because we back. We at it again.
How was your day?
My day has been good so far. I went to the movie, seen Spider-Man. Pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
We just finished up with a podcast, MLB mid-season review so far. So that's uploaded right now. If you guys haven't listened to it yet, make sure you go and do so. But other than that, so far so good. How about yourself?
I've been hot all damn day. I've been at work all damn day. I mean, it's hot there.
I mean, I would imagine.
It's hot as hell. Like, it's fucking hot. Yeah. It's hot, man.
That's all. Okay, it's hot.
It was fucking hot.
Hot boy summer.
I couldn't even say man's never hot. I was hot. I took my jacket off.
So, NBA free agency started last week Sunday. And this might have been the craziest free agency period I've ever experienced in my life. How about you?
It's quite possible. We definitely had some pretty crazy fucking bombshells. I'm really glad we didn't record Friday.
Yeah, because we would have.
It happened that night.
We would have missed.
Yeah,
we would have missed the news, which is the Kawhi Leonard. And the thing about this free agency is that there was the predictable moves where he's like, okay, we kind of figured that was going to happen, and then there's just a complete like, where the fuck did that come from? And that literally was what was reported Saturday morning.
Yeah, like 2 a.m. or something.
Kawhi Leonard official. Signing a 4-year, $142 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers. But honestly, it wasn't just that he's signing with them, it's that how this all came about. Because along with Kawhi Leonard, the Clippers also traded for Paul George for a record amount of picks and a couple of players as well. First of all, were you up when the news broke?
Nope.
Okay.
I was not clean the fuck out.
So it was Friday night, Saturday morning, however you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I just came from the movie, seeing the one joint, Midsummer. Weird ass movie, by the way. Weird as fuck. So came from the movies, chilling, couldn't sleep, and then I look at my phone, and somebody hit me up. Yo, Kawhi, in a group chat. Yo, Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers. I said, oh, okay. And then next message, along with Paul George. Hold on, what the fuck? So I got to get up and watch ESPN at that point. And sure enough, the fucking Clippers, man, they just pulled off some monumental shit just like that.
I seen that, and they did good too, because I don't know how the hell they got to keep Patrick Beverly, so they got the 3-headed defensive squad right now. They got to keep Lou Will, they got to keep Shamet. Oh my god, damn! And
Montrezl Harrell.
He don't count.
Yeah, okay. Man,
they could have lost him and got Cauley Stein, and it would have been straight.
That shit was crazy. Like, first of all, Kawhi Leonard, like the news reported, so throughout the whole week, Kawhi was taking his time to pick, the team that he wanted to go to. And it's been back and forth reports on who he was going with. So there was reports that the Lakers was favored to get him. And then there was a report that the Clippers had a very strong meeting, and, we're up there. And then it was reported that the Clippers was out, and it was between the Lakers and Toronto. And then he flies back to Toronto, and then now the thought is, okay, you fly 6 hours back to Toronto, more than likely you're not about to just fly there to tell them that you're not going to be there. So now, oh yeah, Jalen Rose reporting that he's going to sign a 2-year deal with them. And then Friday comes along, and nope, none of the reports were right. They was all false. It was all bullshit. And Kawhi Leonard was working that fucking magic.
If it ain't from Woj, don't listen.
The shit was crazy, yo. They said that Kawhi Leonard told the Clippers, yo, I want to play for y'all, but I'm not coming here alone. Get me Paul George. It wasn't get me somebody. It was specifically Paul George. I want PG-13. The man that just re-signed to Oklahoma City a year ago. Make it happen. And y'all got me too. And sure enough, they got that motherfucker.
I mean, he actually, if you look at it the way it was reported, he actually gave Toronto the first bid and said, hey, man, y'all, I want to play with Paul George. You know, if y'all can get Paul George, I'll resign. Because you see the reports was, you know, they tried to trade Russell Westbrook and Paul George to Toronto, but Toronto didn't want Russ. And that's why the trade talk broke down. Then the trade ended up going through with the Clippers.
I didn't see it that way. What I read was that I did read that the OKC general manager, I forget his name, but he basically used Toronto to leverage against the Clippers to try to get the most out of whatever team was going to offer him the most. Toronto turned down the trade for Paul George and Westbrook because they didn't want to give us Siakam. They didn't want to take on Westbrook's Supermax contract. But it was reported, how I read it, was that Kawhi Leonard wanted to go to LA. It wasn't necessarily he wanted to go play with Paul George and with every city. Like, he wanted to go to the Clippers, and he kind of told the Clippers, after meeting with Paul George secretly, it's saying that he was changing locations with the Lakers to meet with Paul George, like, before he had meetings with the Lakers. That shit is kind of funny. But, told the Clippers, yeah, like, Paul George is the guy I want. I want to come to y'all, but yeah, I got to get him.
Yeah, and if they said, you know what, all right, cool, we'll give y'all Siakam, he re-signed.
No, I don't think so. I think he goes to the Lakers at that point.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it. It's right there. It makes sense.
Send it to me.
No. I mean, like,
you talk about
use that third eye,
right,
that you need to open, because it's right there. He clearly wanted to play with the guy. He gave the team that could give him the 5-year bid the first chance. They weren't able to make it happen. So he then chose to go where he wanted to go instead of the place that was going to give him the 5-year. He could have got the 5-year. Could have got the most money.
At this point, I don't think money had anything to do with it on that one there.
I think that's why he gave them the first chance.
I don't think it was necessarily like a first chance thing. I think he wanted to go to the Clippers, and he didn't want to go alone. I mean, that's how it was reported. That's what was coming from Kawhi Leonard's camp. He wanted to play for the Clippers. He liked Doc Rivers' meeting, the Jerry West meeting that they had. He made a huge impression on him. He gets to go home. And then on top of that, they get Paul George to come with it. I mean, neither here and there, whatever it is. It's the fact that they was able to pull that shit off. And for a lot of picks, like 5 first-round picks, 2 pick swaps, and then 2 decent players. 1 really good rookie that last year, and then Gallinari.
Yeah, they were able to flip that for quite a bit. Not to mention they get their point guard of the future.
Honestly, yo,
Russell coming to Houston. I don't care what you say.
Honestly, I don't even think it was an overpay.
I don't care what nobody's saying.
Because you look at it, all right, so the trade technically is that they traded all that for Paul George. But you got to look at it like they traded all that for Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So they got their 2 core players, 2 core stars, 2 top 10, and 1 top 3 player in the league. Top 2 in my opinion. To go with Pat Beverly, to go with Montrezl Harrell, to go with Lou Williams. They able to keep Landry Shamet. They got another rookie, I think it was his name, Jerome Robinson.
Yeah.
So they got him. They was able to sign Ivica Zubac back. They was able to get Mo Harkless. Like, they legit just became probably the favorites in the West, just like that. Just with that move. And 5 first-round picks, that's well worth it. And
that's literally their entire future. So
right.
I mean, granted, you don't know how the picks are going to turn out and everything. Blah, 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 blah. But
they're going to be very high.
They mortgaged their future on the hopes that, multiple factors. That Kawhi's leg ain't jacked up. That Paul George's shoulder injury, isn't that serious. Whole bunch of things, but man, on paper, They probably got the two best two-way players in the game right now. They then got probably the best defensive point guard in the game right now. They got the reigning 6 man of the year player right now, who also won it 2 times before. He's giving you 18 a game off the bench. Probably a dub. They got Landry Shamet, 2nd year. It's gonna grow. It's gonna be good. That's a talented team.
Man,
that's talent. They got talent.
And they're being coached by one of the best head coaches in the league right now, Doc Rivers.
I guess. I don't know.
That shit is amazing.
I don't really see it.
That shit is amazing.
I ain't hating. I mean, shit, Black Power.
Yo, and then the fact that he could have did the easy route, just signed with the Lakers and formed probably the greatest big three of all time with him, LeBron, and AD. But the fact that he wanted to go compete against that with his own team in the same city, in the same building. Shout out to Kawhi, man. Yeah. The fucking avatar. He has brought balance to this league.
I think y'all look into it too much.
Legitimately.
How is that balanced? That's unbalancing.
How so?
Because it just stripped the East of their only good team.
Okay.
So that's literally unbalanced.
Hold on, time out.
Because they were the NBA champions. That's why.
So they're the only good team in the East.
Yes, that's right. Because they're the NBA champions.
That makes zero sense. But all right, go ahead.
Say what you want. They're the only good team.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like it. They don't.
So I'll tell you why it brought balance to the league.
It can't be balanced because if he just made the West even more heavy.
If he didn't sign with the Clippers, more than likely is reported that he was going to the Lakers.
And what did we just say about all these reports?
So
they all fake.
No, this is coming from Woj. This is after the fact.
After
the fact. Listen to the Woj podcast. He'll tell you. So this is after the fact. More than likely, he was going to sign with the Lakers and form that big three because he wanted to be in LA. So then imagine that shit. So now you got those three. Like, who would have beat them? And then you can go ahead and sign just minimum players. At that point, does it really matter?
That's what they're doing now.
That shit.
They already did it. They already signed Boogie and Rondo.
Right, but now at least other teams got a shot. Like that LA team, if they would have had those three, there's literally no shot. It's like KD joining the Warriors. Nobody's gonna beat them. We all knew that.
I was gonna say that's what we say, but
you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But yeah, shout out to Kawhi, man.
You see KD chose number 7?
Yeah, I just seen that.
I wonder what the I'm one of them retards, man. Like I always be trying not to get caught up in that shit. I really try not to, man, because I think it's stupid. Like, oh, he changed his number to 7 from 35 to 7. I'm like, you know, like back in the day, I used to be like, so, and who gives a crap? Now I'm sitting here like, ooh, I wonder what that means. Ooh, 7, like lucky 7? Like he gonna come back and be lucky? I was like, what does this mean?
Or maybe, he just wanted to leave 35 in the past because that's the old him, and 7 is going to be the new him. Didn't Carmelo do number 7 in New York?
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to be what Carmelo wasn't for the city of New York.
I think Melo couldn't pick. I think Melo couldn't pick 15 when he got traded.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
I'm pretty sure there'll be some story that came out why he chose 7. Speaking of KD, him and Kyrie Irving decided to go with the Brooklyn Nets.
We haven't talked about this?
No, this is the first podcast since free agency.
Oh.
So, yeah. Kevin
you still
Durant,
got those sheets?
No, I threw them out, actually.
Rude ass dude.
But, yeah, KD and Kyrie, which I predicted right, both went to Brooklyn. And, I mean, this year.
You ain't got the paper to prove it.
That's fine. We got a podcast to prove it. Remember? It's on record.
It's
on record.
Did you listen to it to see if you was right?
Oh, yeah. I know I'm right. No. But anyways, I mean, this year, Brooklyn, they're going to be just like another Eastern Conference team. They'll probably be as good as last year. But next year, I think they could be legit. I think they could be real legit.
Just like any other Eastern Conference team. Trash.
If you say so. I mean,
the West